If modern life has got your head sticking forward and your shoulders rounding and you want to work on that, then this is the workout for you. This morning, we've got 20 minutes of movements that are going to help open up the upper back, open the hips to allow a better support, and strengthen the upper back to give you a better posture so that we're not falling apart. Let's take a look. So what we've got this morning, 5 movements, 4 rounds, 1 minute each. We're gonna roll through that whole thing 4 times. So 4 movements, all focused on opening up the upper back, improving your posture. Number 1 is a reverse snow angel. So you're down on the ground, arms are up overhead as high off the ground as you can, and you're making a circle, keeping those arms and hands off the ground as high as you can the whole time while we make those circles. Number 2 is just a dead hang. So you got yourself a pull-up bar or a beam in your basement or a play structure or a tree. We're just gonna hang. One thing that you can think about as well though is getting the feet behind you and pushing yourself forward. What that's gonna allow for is just a more open shoulder, lifting up the chest a little bit more. So feel free to keep the feet on the floor and push through a little bit, or just a nice dead hang with the abs on. Number 3 is going to be a squat and twist. So what you're looking at here, in your passive squat position, feet underneath the hips, just relax down. If this is super uncomfortable, you can grab onto a counterbalance in the form of a weight or a critter. But if it's not too bad, what you're gonna do is keep the elbows inside the knees, take one hand up overhead, take a full breath cycle, and then we're gonna alternate that for the minute. From there, next one is our prone upper back extension. So this one is simple, but not super easy. Hands on the back of the head, and I'm just lifting a few inches. I wanna basically lift just from the thoracic spine here, not from the low back. And then the last one is a glute bridge. I'll give you 2 options for this one. 1, laying on the floor, head on the ground, hips up. What we're doing here is opening up the hip, because all day we sit and that hip closes and that arches the back, and it creates a support for the body that allows for this. Whereas the hips are open, it's gonna keep a much more upright torso position. So 2-legged glute bridge, single leg glute bridge, or you could do them from the hands in a crab. The main focus is just get that hip nice and straight, all the way open. All right, let's do it, team. Where are we at? There we go. We're gonna change the tunes here just real quick. And we got it, okay? So 4 rounds of those 5 movements. This 20. Okay. All right, ready? Starts in 10. We're going with our snow angel first, reverse snow angel down in the chest. Go ahead. Arms are up off the ground as high as you can. You're going around in circles. Basically trying to clean your floor without touching it. Sweeping away all the dust, whatever. Don't touch the ground. Hopefully you don't have a dog that you're basically punching in the head every time. So what you're thinking here is lengthen the neck, right? Reach your head away from your body. Keep the upper back tall, and think about keeping those hands as high off the ground as you can throughout. That's halfway. You can take breaks on this as you need, but just try to keep the neck long, arms high off the ground. 15 seconds. Try not to just lift the head, because then we arch. Try to lengthen. Try to reach through the top of the head. All right, that's 5 seconds left. We're going to our hang. 3, 2, 1. So this doesn't need to be a challenging hang necessarily. We just really want to think about pushing the chest through the arms. So if you're able to keep the feet on the floor and walk forward, in essence, start with the feet behind you and walk through, keep the abs squeezed. And I can bring the chest through like this and open up, or just hang. If you're hanging, try to relax the shoulders and allow the chest to be through the arms as opposed to hanging behind it like so. Head through, nice and neutral. That's 40 seconds down. 15 left. Just opening up the chest and shoulders here. 10 seconds. All right, we're coming back in next for our squat and twist. So come into that passive squat position. Feet underneath the hips. And once again, you could just stay here. Think about lifting the chest and head. Right, the whole time we're doing this, we can be in better positions by just being conscious. Right? Notice if I relax, this is what happens. The head goes forward, the torso drops. Whereas if I sit up proud, my neck is a lot more neutral, my upper back is active, I'm getting in a better position. So if you don't want to just stay here, you can step it up by opening up the thoracic spine, reaching to the ceiling, taking a full breath, and then switching. Get that arm behind you as much as you can. Look up to it. Full breath cycle. 10 seconds. We are going to our prone upper back extension. Right, 3, 2, 1. So I like just hands behind the head and just lifting a little bit. You can put your hands on your upper back. You can hold, thinking about reaching the head away from the body. Once again, imagining there's a string attached to the top of your head and it's pulling you out that way. So you can lift and hold and think about reaching the head out. Once again, I don't want to do this. I don't want to just crank the neck. I want to reach it out in front of me. Should feel this all in the upper back here, not the low back. Just a little bit of range of motion. It's actually burning back there. It almost looks like I'm not doing anything, but absolutely am. I feel that all right here. All right, last one. Glute bridge, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. So on your back if you want, send the hips up. And you could just stay here. Just really keep the butt squeezed. We're trying to have a nice straight line through the hip. And if you're thinking, how does this one relate to my upper back? I'm gonna explain that a little bit more. Right, if we stand and the hips are closed because our hip flexors are real tight, we arch at the low back and our butt goes back. And as a result, it throws the whole balance of the upper body off as that weight shifts. So we throw our head forward and lean forward at the upper back as a counterbalance for the hips going back. So if we can focus on keeping the hips open and maintaining a neutral pelvis to support our upper body, then our neck and our head end up in the right position as well. Sounds crazy, but it is the truth. All right, round 2. Back to our reverse snow angel. Oh, there we go. So we're easing in here. We've got a feel for what we're doing. The more, what I would suggest, the more conscious we can be, right? The more present and aware of how we feel here in terms of the muscles being used, the better, hey, get out of here, the better results we're gonna have. Meaning if I can be aware of, am I extending my neck or am I reaching? If I can be aware of the muscles in the upper back here, I can use them a little more effectively. So try to focus your mind on those muscles, on those postures, on those positions. 20 seconds, we're going to our hang. The doggy. You can't see her, but she's licking my hands every time I go by. 10 seconds. We're going to the hang. 3, 2, 1. And hang. I'm going to try palms in this time, like a chin-up grip. Still feet behind, pressing through a little bit. If your feet can't touch the floor, right? If you can't get this pushed through, you could put something on the ground. Right? You could put a little stool or a box or a chair or some blocks, bumper plates, whatever you got. Push yourself through. I could even use this a little higher, to be honest. Keep those abs on so we're not just extending through the low back. Focus on that breathing. Nice long inhales in the nose. Relax, exhales out the mouth. 10 seconds. All right, coming back in. Squat and twist. Come on down to that squat. See me? Once again, you could stay here or get those twists going. Same thing, think about extending the neck. Think about reaching with the head and not just lifting the chin. Full breath cycle with that hand up there. Take 2 breaths if you want. They're a cute dog, but you can be irritating for sure. 10 seconds, we're going our prone back extensions. 3, 2, 1, maple. So reaching the head out and just lifting at the upper back. The belly button should stay on the floor, although you probably can't lift the belly button. I take that back. The bottom of the sternum, let's say, should stay on the floor as we're just lifting upper back. Likely for a lot of us, these are muscles we don't use a whole lot because we're not conscious of the fact that we're leaning over, rounding forward, sticking our chin out until we see ourselves. I have the, call it advantage, but maybe detriment of watching myself move every day. And I see how my posture is not what I'd like. It's a good reminder. Otherwise, it's tough. Tough reminder. All right, glute bridge. I'm gonna go tabletop on this one. Same idea. The focus is really just on opening up the hips, right? Creating a straight line, basically from the shoulder to the knee. By squeezing the butt, pushing the hips up in the air. Right, we're creating a better support system for the upper body by opening up the hips so that everything is balanced and the chin and head don't need to go forwards. 30 seconds. You could do reps, you could drop them down, push them up, but really the idea, the main focus should be creating an environment, a life where the butt is squeezed a little bit, kind of at all times. Right, when we're standing, we're just on a little bit more than we kind of think of. 10 seconds, going around 3. We got back to our snow angels. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get back at it. Bring those arms back as far as you can. You can cross them behind you as well if you'd like. Back. Or the bottom, I guess you could call it. With that dog, you're getting a pet on the way through. Not bad. Each round of this, you can aim to get a little bit higher with the arms. Right? You can aim to be in a little bit better positions. Improve it as you go. As you warm up. Ideally, we should be able to get into better spots. 20 seconds. Going to our hang. Move down. 10 seconds. Woo. Going to the hang. What's up, James? All right, back on the hang. I'm gonna go with a mixed grip this time. Just one arm, one palm in, one palm out. And again, I'm just keeping my feet on the floor and pushing myself through a little bit. That slight angle, that lean forward allows the chest to come through the arms a little bit better. And then just focus on the breathing. Relax the shoulders, thinking about dropping through and breathing. It's our second last round. Obviously, if you appreciate this and you really feel that it's beneficial, do another round. You can always watch the video again and do a full another 20 minutes. You can do this all day if you wanted to. All right, coming back in, squat and twist. 3, 2, 1. Maple dog. Okay, so twist if you want, or just stay here. Either way, think about lifting the head and chest. Right, once again, I can sit down and let the chin drop, or sit up proud. And thinking about how long can my neck be. One thing that I like to think about when I'm thinking about my posture is, well, if you're old enough, you know, you'd probably seen in those National Geographics back in the day, the tribes with the rings around their necks, right? And it was like a sign of beauty to have more and more rings around your neck, and their necks would be super, super long. I think about them when I think about my posture, like how long can I make my neck? Because if it's hanging out forward, it's not very long. All right, 10. And we're going to our extensions, upper back extensions. 3, 2, 1. Hand at the ears maybe, or behind the head, make it even harder. Try hands right behind the head if you want. That will make it more challenging. Just little range of motion, just upper back. I don't want to feel this in my low back a whole lot, not in my butt too much. Impossible to feel it. 0, but mostly should feel this in the upper back. Wow, that burns. 20 seconds left. Try to keep the elbows open too. Wow. All right, 3, 2, 1, glute bridge. Second last round. Hips up high. Go single leg. Try that a little bit. Keep the butt squeezed on that support side. Try to keep the hips level. Switch it up. Squeeze that butt cheek. You can even poke yourself to check. Is that firm? Could I push the hips up higher? Remember, this is your, often call this your fish bowl. Your pelvis is a fish bowl, and if it tilts forward, the fish in the water fall out. So squeezing the butt neutralizes the pelvis, allows your fish to stay in your fish bowl. See, that's the goal. Keep squeezing that butt. 10 seconds. We're going the last round. Be back. 3, 2, 1 to our snow angels. Last round. So as high off the ground as you can with the arms. Cross them behind you, but keeping them off the body. Probably need to do this every day. These are obviously good warm-up movements as well if you want to just throw these into your regular routine, into your regular warm-up for your lifting or conditioning or whatever it is that you do. Fantastic prep. Definitely if you're going overhead with any load or anything, this is going to prime that very well. 10 seconds, going back to the hang for the last time. Let's go. 5, 3, 2, 1. Last one. All right. 3 minutes left, team. As I'm saying, once again, if you need more of this, just go back through it again. Or add a round, add 2 rounds, whatever you need. And as I'm saying, you could do this once a week. You could do this once a day. 30 seconds, right? Whatever you need, this is gonna help with opening up that posture. Oh, look at that, low bar. That definitely allows the chest to come through even more. You didn't think about that. Just keep the abs on if you're doing something like this and not just overextend. 10 seconds, we're going squat and twist. 3, 2, 1. Own squat. Last round. Doug. Oh, Doug. So reach if you want, or just hang out. If you are just gonna hang out and not squat, think about pulling the chest up, head up tall, reaching towards the ceiling with your head. If I called you tonight, would it feel the same? Understand that this workout is not going to fix your posture if you do it one time. Right? This is the type of thing that we sit and we stare at our phones for many hours a day. Right? In order to counteract that, you need to start finding not just as much, but more and more of this, right? Switch the balance from bad postures to good. Oh, we're back down. Prone back extensions, last one. So what I'm saying is the more time you spend improving your posture to balance out the amount of time we spend ruining it, you'll start to see that shift. But if we just do this once a week and your posture is pretty bad, you're not gonna notice a whole lot of difference, right? Using this as a warm-up for when you're going overhead or anything is a great way to do it more consistently. And not only that, if you do this, pre-workout, right? If you do this as a warm-up, 20 seconds, then you can get into better positions when you train. And as a result, you're kind of doubling up, right? You're improving that posture through 2 different means. And as a result, you kind of get the double effect. All right, glute bridge last time. We'll go tabletop. So what I'm saying is you can kind of get double the work, double the benefit by just using some of this as a warm-up as well, right? Just the idea is shift the balance. You know, say, you know, one thing that I like to say in the gym to people is, you know, how much are you sitting or how much are you not exercising during the day, right? And it's something like 23 hours. You know, you're probably not sitting 23 hours, but you're not exercising. If you're working out for an hour, you're not exercising for 23. And if you want to see those benefits be long-term or regular or consistent, then you have to shift that balance. So if I now do 2 hours of mobilizing and improving my positions versus 1, I'm going to see more benefit. And that's as simple as it is. Do more, get more benefit with this kind of stuff. 2, 1, and that's that. So, you know, as I'm kind of going over and over again here this morning, we live typically in, show you as much as I can, in this posture, right? We're looking at things, we're leaning over, we're seeing things down here. And those exercises are going to help. If I could just stand up, because what you'll notice is we all have the capacity to be in better posture. We're just lazy and we've been trained to not work on it. So the best thing that you can do really is just stand up, pull the shoulders back, think about that string coming out of your head to the ceiling. And just another way to think about it is, remember when you were little and you'd go to the doctor and they'd measure your height and they'd say stand up tall, and you'd be like, I'm taller than I say I am. Do that all the time. Notice that I can extend if I don't squeeze my butt there, but just stand taller. If you like this is just one workout. We do this every single day, active recovery every Sunday. Join us. Hit that like button. See you guys tomorrow.